take a guess where I'm coming at you from today, which is a suburb of Mexico City. You see back behind me, it's a huge building. You really can't read the name with all the trees and foliage, but it says El Palacio de Hierro. You got the retail nomad coming at you from an area, Mexico City, by the name of Roma Norte, La Condesa. We're going to skip inside of this high-end luxury department store, and then we're going to blend it with some more of the local boutiques, sites, and stores here in Mexico City. And then closing out, we'll have one of the more traditional shirt companies by the name of COBA, which is the Guayabera shirt. Yeah, Shelly, Jimmy, you remember that? Your wedding? Guayabera. Retail Nomad, Mexico City.
The Retail Nomad, traveling the globe, sharing what the retail environment is like, hidden corners of the world.
Follow along inside as we jump up to El Palacio de Hierro. This is an upscale, high-end, uber luxury chain of stores, about just under 20 locations, primarily focused on Mexico City, offering all the high-end brands that we're accustomed to, with all the luxury labels and so forth. El Palacio de Hierro. This brand, originally founded in the mid-1800s, I was curious about the name, so I asked. Palacio de Hierro, it converts in English to Iron Palace, and that's what they called this 5-story building when it was originally constructed here in Mexico City. It's where they got the name. And here you can see the upscale brand recognition in the cosmetic department. A lot of these are called vendor shops or shop in shop. You may hear the acronym SIS, shop in shop. And you get the standard labels and brands that we're all accustomed to and familiarized with the luxury demographic. And here I wanted to jump inside one of the Latin favorites here locally by the name of Sanborns. And as you can see, they offer all kinds of product mixes. It's basically a value-added, budget-friendly department store, carrying all kinds of goods, owned by one of the wealthiest men in the world, Carlos Slim. You may have heard his name before. And here's the well-known international brand, GNC, headquartered out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What do you think of that one, Dewey? Looks a little smaller than normal in a lot of the U.S. Footprint size. And it just cruising through this plaza here by the name of Reforma. Jump through here, just wanted to show you a quick snippet. You got a mix of international labels and so forth here. You got Samsung. What do you think of that, Mr. Farrakhan? And here you see the brand Pandora offering 70% off after Christmas sales. And then, Mr. Ben, I'll see you in London after the World Retail Congress. And here I wanted to jump inside of this very, very cool restaurant inside of a shopping plaza, primarily just to show you the architectural styles, the history, the aesthetics here. Notice the piñata up top, a little Latin flair included. This place reminded me of Paris, France when I jumped into Galeries Lafayette Mall. Absolutely beautiful history and architecture. And here you see Casa Bazaar, a boutique vintage store offering all kinds of cool threads and goods in here. One of the cool elements of this local area here, La Condesa, is there's all kinds of these groovy little vintage thrift stores, secondhand. You see vintage, and the old labeling looks like you're from 1984 with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or Miami Vice. You got it all. And I gotta say, here was a new one for me. It's called Rip and Dip. That's right. It's for the younger, edgy skater shredder demographic. And selling clothes, jewelry, art. Even had a few pieces of furniture in here. As I even like the aesthetics of this building, utilization of natural light from up top, and just very clean, crisp, and so forth. Rip and dip. And here I found a somewhat similar demographic clothing brand by the name of Dime. See it up top there. You got that edgy cartoon look to it. I don't know how to describe it. Let's check out these shoes. These things are trippy. Looks like it's a cross between a clown on acid. I don't know how to describe it. But these labels here are all manufactured locally in Mexico. And here I found another sweet vintage secondhand thrift store. Looking for some some costume garb or just something old and cool, feel free to jump in San Juniper Vintage Store. This place is epic. Might even pick me up some corduroys and a vest in here. Check out Fido, San Juniper Vintage Store. And check this out. Found this sweet record store, La Roma Records. Happy parties, it says right up top. And it just had that cool, artistry and, musician vibe, obviously. Had a 1980s disco ball up top. Obviously a lot of Spanish influence here. And they even had a section for English. La Roma Records. Happy parties, it says. And check out this sweet vintage shop by the name of Revolver. They got all kinds of cool items from the 60s, the 70s, a lot of old music memorabilia as well. They got everything from the Sex Pistols to David Bowie. It just had a lot of coolness. Revolver. Check out this booming restaurant specializing with tacos and all the different varieties of the Mexican cuisine. And they are cutting it right fresh off the rotisserie here for the kebabs. This place is just pumping out the food. People are stoked, they're happy, they're just grubbing out. And here I cruised into a Converse store, and very cool aesthetics, design, very modern. It doesn't look too old. Converse here, acquired by Nike in 2003, originally founded in 1908. Most famous and common for the Chuck Taylor shoes. Check them out right there. Now check this dude out. Basically in Spanish it says shoe repair, cleaning, boots, backpacks, and so forth. This guy is just posted up on the side of the street. Got him an old school RV, bus, camper van or something. And he's totally tricked this thing out with all the machinery and equipment in here. He's literally got a full-scale business. There were 2 people waiting on their shoes when I'm there filming. Guy's rocking it. And here I found a street vendor selling the local favorite, Cafe de Ola. It's delicious. It's coffee, cinnamon, and dark raw sugar. Cafe de Ola. In preparation to close out this week's video, I wanted to showcase one last store location that I found very eclectic, which matches this video. Anything from the mainstream El Palacio de Hierro to vintage shops and so forth. That's right. Hopefully you enjoyed. And here I am just a few minutes away from my Airbnb, and I find this awesome place, and it's called COBA, Guayaberas. Let's jump in here and take a peek at these awesome, authentic, artisanal shirts, and they're made in the Yucatan. Look at the beautiful designs and the colors and the style, right? COBA, Guayaberas. And I jumped in here and I said hello to Angel. Hello, muchas gracias. Sí.
Gracias.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?
Todo bien, gracias.
Excelente, excelente. I just bounce through here and I show you all the different styles and the colors. And again, COBA, Guayaberas. I love the style, the look, the feel. Jimmy, Jelly, what do you think of these shirts? You remember when you all got married, we wore these years ago in San Diego. COBA, Guayaberas. And here I just wanted to stop, give you a little perspective on this whole neighborhood as I've been walking through the last 2 days, checking out Roma Norte, Roma Sur, La Condesa, Juarez, all neighboring areas of Mexico City. All kinds of businesses, restaurants, bars, cafes, boutiques, co-working spots, a collection of everything that you can fathom. Found some of the coolest old vintage shops. Mexico City Retail Nomad. Thanks much for tagging along this week.
Stay tuned to the Retail Nomad, as each week we'll be profiling different types of shopping experiences around the world. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Ciao.